Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 100, part 8. Oh my gosh, you guys, we did it. I cannot believe that over the last 2 years, we have come together for 100 episodes of Why Did I Buy This? This series started as a way to help crafters find unique ways to use products that they have in their collections. It's also great for new crafters who are wondering what things they need to be successful with crafting. My name is Lindsay. I am the team leader of Cloud9 Stampers. I have been a demonstrator for 19 years, and I love to craft, I love techniques, and I love to teach. So this is a very fun series. As you can tell, we've done 100 of them now. So please say hello. Say if this is your first time tuning in, let me know. If you've been following along since the beginning, let me know. I want to hear all about it. If you have a favorite episode, let me know. It's always fun to know what you guys enjoy. Yes, April, thank you. 100 episodes. Hi, Kim, nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. We are going to be going through 3 different episodes today. Oh, Kim, you've seen them all. Wow, thank you for that. Susan, thank you for the happy 100. That's amazing. Hello, Carrie. Oh, Trina, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, it's been so fun to get to know you all virtually over the last couple of years. So just kind of a little bit of background. So I've been a demonstrator for quite a long time, 19 years. And thanks, Therese. And when the pandemic started, I had to transition from teaching my face-to-face classes to still getting to find a way to connect with you all because I just love to teach. So I decided to start doing Facebook Lives every Friday. And if you go back to the very beginning, you can see there's we were kind of in the shock of all the things that were happening, and crafting was the one thing that just made me feel normal and happy, and I loved getting to connect with all of you even though it was virtual. So anyway, it's been a fun series for me to continue on with. It's been a great way to get to challenge my collection, my crafting collection, and find different ways to use the products. And so every single episode has at least 3 projects, and I teach you different things to make with those products that we're featuring in each episode. If this is your first time tuning in, go back into my videos collection on my Facebook page and you can see all 100 episodes. You can also see quite a few of them on my YouTube channel. If you just go into YouTube and then search my name, you have to spell it right. That's the key because I do have a unique spelt name. You can find all of, I've kind of started posting in them in the last 30 or so. Thanks, Courtney, for wishing me a happy 100. So this is 100 part A. We're going to be doing part B at noon, which is our normal time, noon Mountain Time. And then 3 p.m. Mountain Time is going to be when we'll do the part C. So ABC is going to be today. And the reason why I wanted to showcase 3 episodes for my 100 is we have a new annual catalog. So all new products to be shared with you today, new colors, new techniques. So be sure to check back in. And of course, the replay is going to be available too. So if you're watching the replay, go ahead and tell us that you're watching the replay. Now, the best compliment you can give me is to share this video with your friends. So now's a good time. If you want to go ahead and hit share, you can invite them to come and watch the video along with you. Okay, guys, so there's some specials that I'm offering in May in conjunction with the new catalog release. So I'm just gonna get my page because I don't wanna forget anything. So if you place a $60 order in May, and I've got the host code written down here, you can also find it on my Cloud9 Stampers page under the ordering specials. You use the host code and you are going to receive a class in the mail, and the class is called A Different Kind of Mask. So it's a play on, what sort of has gotten us to this point. But we have a new product that just came out in our annual catalog, and it's all about masking techniques. So I'm going to be teaching a few different projects in this class. You'll get all of the pre-cut material sent to you, and all you need to complete the class is a neutral ink pad, some basic adhesive supplies like dimensionals and Stamp and Seal, and a greeting set of your choice. And I'm going to give you a suggestion today. So really fun class, A Different Kind of Mask. With a $100 order, you're going to receive the class for free, and you're also going to be entered into a draw for Stamp and Blend. Sorry, this will happen with the $60 order too. 6 sets of Stamp and Blends of your choice, and you're going to receive the Glossy Dots assortment for free with a $100 order. If your order reaches 180 and you use the host code, you're going to receive the class, the 3 draws into the Stampin' Blends, and the assortment pack, as well as with a $200 order and using no host code, because you're going to take the rewards yourself, you're going to get all of those things, another one of the Stampin' Blends entries, and then you're going to receive host rewards of at least $20. So that is exciting. All right, so we're going to talk about the annual catalog today. I'm going to flip you around so you can see my hands, and we're going to get started. Oh, thank you everybody who are sharing the video. Thank you. That is awesome. Okay, awkward transition. We're going to do the little switcheroo, and we're going to get you so you can see my hands. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so these are the specials that I was talking about. There you can see the host code for today. So go ahead and make note of that, and then you can start making your wish list. We're going to be talking about in-color products in the first video, but I just wanted to show you the front of our annual catalog. So the annual catalog is what I refer to as the big book, because there's a lot to it. And the annual catalog comes with all of our staples. Now that this is live, I can open the book and show you. And here's a couple of things I want you to know. If you have a copy, a physical copy of this book, the table of contents is on page 3. And this is a great way to see where all the suites are. And you can see a little bit about the icons that show you if it's a new product, if it has reversible, if it's distinctive, which is one of our, the one that looks like it's a real photo. And it also gives you indexes where you can find some of our tools. Now, if you don't have a paper copy of this, then you are going to just go onto my online store. And if you go into shop and see new, you can see all of the new things. You can also see a PDF copy online, and then you can flip the pages as if you have a paper copy. All of my customers who placed an order of $60 or greater in the last 6 months received a free copy in the mail. So by now, if you have placed an order, you should have received a copy. And if you didn't receive your copy, just reach out to me and we can make arrangements. So a little bit about our catalog. Our stamps are sold in sets. You can see the title of the stamp set, the item code, which is what you use to order it, and the price. It also gives you suggestions for the blocks to use, and it tells you if it coordinates with any dies. So when you see this highlighted area around the images, that's showing you that it has a die or a punch that cuts that image out. I'm going to flip through to the end here and just show you a little bit about the tools section. I love this page. Dazzling display. So this just shows a rainbow of our Stampin' Up! Colors. And one of the things that makes Stampin' Up! So fantastic, I'm sure many of you can agree, is that it comes with coordinating products. So here you can see the in colors that we're going to be talking about today. These are the carryover colors from last year. And then you can see our 4 different collections. And those are the brights, neutrals, regals, and subtles. And you can buy cardstock, ink pads, ink refills, and blends in most of our colors, which is fantastic. You can flip through and see that there's many adhesives. So when I talk about basic adhesive supplies, page 127 is where you're looking at. And then you're able to find Technique products, designer series paper, and you can see some of our foundational items like envelopes, designer series paper that's specialty like foils, and then my favorite page, which is the embellishment pages. So lots of different things to flip through and look at when you have your copy of the catalog, or you can go online and grab your PDF. Okay, so that's just a brief overview of our annual catalog. But what we're talking about in episode 100, part A, is we're looking at in-color products. So true to its name, in-color products are the trendy colors of the season that are brought out in Stampin' Up! Standard products. So we have 2 sets, as I mentioned, one that carried forward from last year and then one that is new. So this particular line will be available for 2 years. So that's why we call it the 2022 to 2024 in-color products. It comes in ink refills, ink pads, blends. You can get the pads in a set for a slightly discounted price. Stampin' Right markers, envelopes, paper, more designer series paper. Oh yes, there's more. All of the individual cardstocks, assorted packs. You can get embellishments, baker's twine, and then incredible colors of our ribbon. And I'm going to show you some of these products. Okay, so First of all, let me show you the ink pads. So these are the colors of the season. We've got Sweet Sorbet, Orchid Oasis. I'm learning the names, by the way. You guys know, names are not my thing. We have Starry Sky, Tahitian Tide, and Parakeet Party. Now, one of the things you'll notice about this season's colors is they are very bright. And if you've been crafting for a long time, you're probably thinking, gosh, these remind me of some of the bold brights from our collections from 20 years ago. So many times in crafting, as with fashion, colors resurface. Although these are not the exact colors, they do have a little bit of that reminiscent feel. If I look at the clothes my daughters are wearing right now, it is very, very familiar to me because it looks like what I was wearing in junior high. Baggy jeans, feathered hair, you know, all of those things. So with crafting, we also can have a resurgence of color and trend. So I'm going to show you how you can incorporate these bold colors with some of your favorites to really see how they play off of each other. And it's really, really fun. Okay, but I'm going to show you a few more of the products first. I'm just going to set my ink pads aside. We also have markers. So if you're somebody who's like, I'm not sure about these colors yet, but I want to be able to have the coordinating colors, the Stampin' Write markers are a great option because you can actually color these directly onto your stamps to be able to mimic an ink pad. It takes more time, obviously, but this is an affordable way to be able to get some of those colors. We also have designer series paper. So this is 6x6 paper that comes double-sided. So I'm just gonna flip it over so you can see the other side. And this is a nice way to be able to put a punch of color onto your projects. Next, we have, this is probably one of my favorite products, is this. So this is another 6x6 product, and this is the glitter paper that is in the colors of the 5-in colors. And what's fun about it is you can see it's an ombre glitter paper, so you can have lighter to darker versions of it. Here we have Baker's Twine. This twine is perfect way to be able to put a little bit of a punch. Oh, Trina says she loves the DSP and glimmer papers. Yeah, me too. It's so great. So this Baker's Twine gives you just a little bit of that color mixed in with white. You can also dissect the ribbon, as I've shown you in previous episodes, to be able to just pull out the green or the white from that. I love these here. These are the matte decorative dots. So again, you've got an ombre effect. So you've got more of a subtle version of the color to the brighter version of the color. And you can see that this, Sweet Sorbet is more of a pink color than a red color. Like it does have like a red undertone, but it does work really well with our pinks. Oh, Carrie loves the new in colors. I love that. Bright, cheerful. Yeah, I think it's just what we all need right now. Okay, so this is that ribbon I was talking about. Look at this, my friends. This is so, so pretty. And it has the ability to dissect it really easily. Like you can pull it apart and make it look like tinsel if you'd like. Or you can leave it whole and tie ribbons really, really easily. But it does come in all 5 colors. And here you can see that Sweet Sorbet looks a little bit more pink in the ribbon form. And then you can kind of get a feel for like the more of the pink side than the red side. We also have all 5 colors in Stampin' Blends. So blends come in packs of 2. You've got your dark and your light, and it just makes it a little bit easier to be able to make those colors blend. Okay, so those are, oh wait, there's one more thing. My gosh, there's a lot. Okay, so this is designer series paper that's intended to coordinate with the in colors. This is from the Tea Boutique suite. And again, it's 6x6 paper, and when you flip it over, you can see it's double-sided. Oh, April loves the colors too, and Trina loves the ribbon. Thank goodness, you guys. It's so fun to have new products to play with, isn't it? So again, here we've got a designer series paper that works with a suite that's in the catalog that's sort of catered to those in colors. Okay, let me show you how to work with our current colors to really help you fall in love with those in colors. So the first thing I'm going to bring in is my Sweet Sorbet. So remember I was saying it's more of a pink than a red. So when you try to coordinate this with red, it doesn't look great. But when you bring in Blushing Bride and Soft Seafoam, look at how beautiful that color is. So the the pink really comes out when you pair it with pink subtle colors. So there's a color combo that you could try. Next we have this one here is I always have to look at the names because I'm still learning them, like I said. This one is the Orchid Oasis. And this time I paired it with Smoky Slate and with Coastal Cabana. So look at that color combo. I think that you can use your neutrals to help pare down the brights and also bring in some of our current brights to really play off of them. So there's Orchid Oasis with Coastal Cabana and Smoky Slate. Next, okay, so I've gotten some mixed reviews from Parakeet Party. Parakeet Party, is that what it's called? Yes. But I personally love it. Now look at this. We're going to pair it with Pool Party and So Saffron. And again, when we bring in those subtle colors and use this as an accent color, I just think it looks incredible. And then you can see like the little dots with it. Love, love, love it. So Pool Party, being one of my favorite colors, paired with those colors are just stunning. Yeah, if you have a favorite in color, please put it in the comments. I want to hear. All of the comments today that are in the episodes, I'm going to be putting into a draw at the end of the day to be able to, I'm going to be mailing you the projects that I make today. So this is the Tahitian Tide, and I've paired it with spruce. Which one is this one? Shaded spruce. Yes, shaded spruce and Granny Apple Green. So again, we've brought in sort of a Regals, and we've got a Bold Bright to pair with that. And it just looks really, really pretty. Carrie says she likes Tahitian Tide or Sweet Sorbet. Yes, I would agree with you on those. And then for me, the Parakeet Party is great. Okay, and then this final one is Starry Sky. So again, Starry Sky, when I first looked at it, I thought it was more of a navy. But when I bring in the navy color beside it, it didn't look very good. So what I realized is it's a very dark purple. So here we've got our Starry Sky, and then I've paired it with Bermuda Bay, and I've got Old Olive. And doesn't this just remind you of like a Sun Ice ski jacket from the 80s? I just love that. So again, you've got some really fun color combos too. Zena says she likes so many of the colors. Oh yeah. And then Julie says you like Parakeet Pool Party. Yeah, that's a good color combo, right? Okay, so anyway, just to kind of give you a feel of how you can work with those in colors and bring them in with our current Stampin' Up! Color lineup. Okay, now I'm going to show you a technique, and this is using just plain old kitchen wrap. So I'm going to bring in some cling wrap, and I'll carefully pull this off. We're going to lay this onto my grid paper here. So we are going to create a palette. And I'm going to start with Tahitian Tide. And I'm going to just use my ink pad and apply the ink directly onto my plastic wrap. Okay, then we're going to bring in some alcohol. And I just use alcohol. I get a lot of questions about this. Oh, I'm going to sneeze, you guys. Okay. I just use any kind of alcohol, whatever you find at the drugstore, whatever's cheapest, just throw it into a spray bottle. So I'm going to use the alcohol because it does help to dry quicker, and it reacts with the cardstock a little bit easier without saturating it too much. Next, I'm going to bring in a piece of basic white, and I'm just going to drop it onto my cling wrap and pull it up, and ooh. So if you have the whale stamp set, this would be a nice one, or the ocean, the Waves of the Ocean promotion one. That one, this would be a fun one to create backgrounds for. So once you're done with your ink, you can just go ahead and toss your cling wrap. And here you can see we've got a couple of little backgrounds. So I'm going to bring in a piece of grid paper just to kind of keep my work surface clean. And I wanted to bring in a new stamp set. This one is called Nature's Prints. And I love this one here. I love it. This one is such a fun stamp set. Really great greetings. And then it's this little paint splotchy thing is lots of fun. So I'm bringing in the, it looks kind of like Ginkgo biloba. I don't know if it actually is, but I'm going to use Tahitian Tide and ink up my stamp. And now I'm going to stamp right over top of that background that we've created. I'm going to kind of flip it around just like so. And then I'm going to use that little splotchy one, and we're going to stamp over top and just kind of add a little bit of that paint splatter look. So we've got that. So this is what it looks like here. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let me show you the finished project on this one. So I have done this for all of the colors. I brought in just a plain piece of the coordinating cardstock. I stamped hello, and I added in those matte dots and used my Stampin' Write markers to give a little bit of a splatter on the background. So we're just doing a monochromatic look with these. So here's the Tahitian Tide. Here we have the Starry Sky. I have the Sweet Sorbet. Here is the Orchid Oasis. Yeah, it does kind of look like watercolor, right? And then here, my fave, this is the Parakeet Party. Isn't that cool? So this is a really fun way that you can go ahead and make an assortment of cards, play with your new colors, and bring in some stamp sets to it. That cling wrap technique is so fun. You could do it with your markers too. Just takes a little bit more time to get the coverage, but only your Stampin' Write markers, your blends would actually color the cling wrap and dry on it. So this is a nice way to be able to try out those colors. Okay, I wanted to bring in another project now. So this one here, we're going to play with some of the tea boutique paper. So you can see here, we've got our little teapots, but we're going to be using the side like this. So this would be the Tahitian Tide. Yeah, Angie, the white hello would look really cool on that one, wouldn't it? So this is going to be our background, and we are just going to go ahead and do some stamping here. So I'm going to use a stamp set that's super fun. This one here is called Sweet Songbirds. And as soon as I saw this stamp set, I thought, oh gosh, yeah, I have to have this. For those of you who know a little bit about my background, my degree is in conservation biology, and I used to work in parks and with nature centers doing interpretive programming. So, and now my oldest daughter is following in my footsteps. She's actually working a summer job that I had when I was her age, which is very fun for me. But anyway, side note, the Sweet Songbirds kind of relates to some of the things that I love. I do love bird watching and identifying birds. And it's just so cute. I mean, seriously. This one comes as a bundle with a 10% discount. And that's the little Songbird Builder Punch. So I'm going to show you how to use that today. So let me bring in a piece of basic white, and then we've got this designer series paper. I'm going to use early espresso ink, so one of our neutrals. And there is a branch die, no, not a die, a stamp. So we're just going to go right to the edge of the page, and we're going to stamp right on top of the designer series paper. Isn't that fun? Next, I'm going to use Shaded Spruce. So this is one of those color combos that you can play with, right? Tahitian Tide, you can see here, Tahitian Tide, Shaded Spruce. So we already decided that color looks good together. So I'm going to use the leaves that come in that collection, and we're going to stamp that right on the edge of our branch. So right over top of the designer series paper. And then we're going to bring in another in color, and that is the Sweet Sorbet. So let's use our bird image. So we're going to stamp the bird image here. Oh, so cute. And we're also going to stamp, I'm just going to do this up over here. We're going to stamp this little wing. Now to decorate our bird, you can use that early espresso, and we're going to add a couple of little eyelids. And we also want to add some feet. So we're going to do that to the branch, and I'm just stamping off. And you want to make sure that you've got room here so that the bird isn't going to stick off the page. So I'm going to kind of hug, closer to the little branch there. So let's bring in that punch now. And we're going to punch the bird. That always sounds so mean. I don't punch birds. Only in paper crafting. Okay, so we're going to punch our little image here. And that's going to go here. And then you can see this little wing. We're going to line that up. Now you could use your Stamparatus. I've showed you before how to use your Stamparatus to be able to punch it, so you only have to punch once, but we're just doing it really, really quickly here. Okay, so next we've got this sweet little sign. So I'm going to bring back in my scrap paper, and this sign is made out of wood. So we're going to go ahead and stamp that like so. And then it comes with all these little greetings. So you can, because we've stamped it in a lighter brown, we can stamp over top with our earlier espresso and get that. And then within the stamp set, there's also these little signs. So we're going to put the little things to hang the sign down. So it looks like that. Cute, right? Okay, so let me show you the finished project. So here we have our sweet little songbird, and I just fussy cut out the note of thanks, the little sign. And here you can see the little legs and our bird, and I added a little beak, and that's all punched out with that same songbird punch. See the little heart thing there? Yeah, cute. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for your compliments. It's cute, right? Very, very cute. Okay, we're gonna move on to the final project for episode 100, part A. So this one here is using that parakeet party, and I wanted to show you how it pairs so nicely with my pool party. So I'm gonna bring in a piece of basic white, and I've got some pre-cut things here. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in a card front. So this is cut out from the parakeet party. And here I've brought in that gorgeous ombre sparkly paper. And I'm sure that's not what it's called. It probably has a name that is not that. But you guys will be able to find it. It's on the in color page. So this one here, we're going to go ahead and add our Stampin' Seal. And we're going to just create a background. And I want it, this is 3 inches by 1 inch. That's what these strips are in length. And I'm flipping it upside down, and I'm making them not even. We've got them a little bit crooked. Kind of just overlap them a little bit. Like so. And you can do them thicker or thinner, just depending on how many strips that you want. Okay, I'm bringing in a stamp set that's new. And this one is called Sending Smiles. So a nice little stamp set, comes with a coordinating die for 10% off. Thanks, Shelly. Thank you for the congratulations. And it's got all these little greetings. So sending, smiles across the miles. Sending, birthday wishes. So you can create whatever type of greeting that you want. And then these beautiful, bold flowers to play with. So I'm going to put our card front aside and bring in that basic white cardstock. And my beautiful pool party. And you guys notice, I treated myself to a new pool party ink pad. I have been using my old pool party ink pad for years and years and years. And I was like, you know what? I use this ink pad so much, I deserve to get another one, and it deserves to be new. So I did it. I just went ahead and did that. Okay, we're going to stamp our flower. Oh, beautiful. I love the way a new ink pad stamps. And I'm going to bring in my So Saffron. So this is that color combo that we were playing with earlier. So I'm going to add my little center. Oh, love it. Then we're going to add our leaves. So the leaves look like this, and we'll bring in Parakeet Party. And stamp that. And I'm stamping them separately because we are going to be die cutting those. So with the dies that look like that, we're going to cut those out, and then you have this. So this little flower image. So let me bring in our card front. We're going to add that on. So just add a little bit of adhesive to the leaves. And we're going to stick that onto our card front like that. And then we can use a dimensional to pull that in. So that's gonna go just like that. Oh, isn't that a great set? I love, 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 love that. Okay, and then from that same die set, we were able to die cut the 2 layers of the sending. So I've already done that. The first one I did in black, and I used my foam adhesive sheet, so I don't need to use any dimensionals, and it just gives a really even pop-up. It also helps when you're using glitter paper to have something that's really, really sticky like that, because it just helps to hold everything down a little better. So you can use, I only had half of it done. I was die cutting this really quickly, but you can use your adhesive sheets on these skinny little dies. It makes it just a little bit faster to stick it down. I'm not gonna make you watch me glue this all the way down, but I always start on the one side and then go all the way over and just keep pressing it in to the right spots. And then I don't have the adhesive on the rest of that. So we're just going to finish like that. Okay, let me bring in the finished card and show you how we embellished it. So I used a little bit thinner strips on this one. I think they were 3/4 inch. Here you can see the sending. You do have to watch for the little dot above the eye. And I used a card to say hello. I brought in that Parakeet Party baker's twine and then used the little flowers from the dies and added those stunning glossy dots assortment. I used some of the blue, because the blue is the pool party, to be able to, I think it's pool party. It might be balmy blue, but either way it coordinates, to be able to add the little centers to the flowers. Aren't those cute? So let me show you the projects one more time. We have our beautiful shimmery little Parakeet Party card. We have our adorable little songbird card, and then you can see all of these really, really cute cling wrap techniques. So one of the things to pay attention to, if you're like, oh my gosh, these colors are just wow, you have the opportunity right now to get our demonstrator starter kit for the month of May with an additional $91.25 value. So not only do you get to pick $165 worth of products and you only pay $135 and there's no shipping or GST charged, you also get these 4 items automatically added to your starter kit in the month of May. So you get grid paper that coordinates with our in colors, which is just fun. You get a pack of the assorted in colors. You get a set of 5 ink pads, and you get that designer series paper that I showed you, the 6x6 designer series paper. So lots of fun add-ons for the month of May, and that's a nice little perk. Okay, I'm gonna flip you around so we can chat face to face one more time. So like I mentioned, glamour light. Come on, friends. There we go. Just bumped it with my hand and it's showing the dark side of Lindsay. Get it? Because the light came off? Anyway. Yeah, so thank you for joining me for part A of episode 1. We are going to meet again at noon and at 3 o'clock. In the meantime, all of the comments that you put into this video are going to be entered into a draw, and I'm going to be drawing for the cards that I am making today, and you'll be receiving those in the mail. So go ahead and comment, share, make sure you invite your friends to watch along with you. Thank you, Judy. Thanks so much for your comments, friends. I love to get to do these series for you. Yeah, join me at noon. We'll see you then. Bye for now.